I want you to look at this camper right here. I was just walking by with Toby, and there was a gentleman who was in his lawn chair out here. He was watching, so I stopped and said hello. And as I started talking, I mean, it's amazing what God does. One thing led to another, and I started talking about Jesus, and I talked about my camper van, and then he told me something that, I mean, I couldn't believe what he was saying. He says, we're going back home right now, and because my wife just lost her mother, in fact, last night. As I was talking, I didn't know the wife was standing at the door. And he's like, oh, my wife is agreeing with you. He's like, you're right. You're right about the Lord. You're right about trusting the Lord. And I'm like, what is going on here? And that's when he said, my wife just lost her mother. And then I just knew. I had just put a Steps to Christ in my backpack this morning. And you know, the cover is peace, joy, and happiness, right? And it's such a beautiful book. And here I am standing in this campground, wanting to be used for the Lord. And it was actually the dog that just led me to her, Iris. So I went up to him and gave him the book. Oh, and then she was standing in the door. I could tell her she was standing in the door, and she was shaking her head. And I said, this is for you. And she's like, thank you. And I said, you know, this isn't by accident. And she said, I know that. She says, I know that. I said, you know, the Lord uses me as a messenger. I don't know how to explain it, but God sent you a messenger today to tell you, Iris, that your mom's at peace and she's at rest. And you could tell she was very touched by that. So I asked if I could pray. And we bowed our head, and we just got done praying. And I looked at her before I left, and I said, Iris, you have a testimony now to share with others when you go back to the funeral. You can tell them that the Lord sent you a messenger. And, you know, this is really important because the God of the universe knew that Iris, out of all these campers, needed a message this morning. Needed a message this morning. Her mother of 96 years old died. And here I am. And this is the power of how God can use us too. God so loves us, right? God so loves us. All the praise and glory to God.